Hey, this is Matt. Once again, what about the video is another paid request, this time for Seth. Thank you so much for that. For those interested in requesting any type of videos, tributes, tributes. What the hell am I talking about? Tribute? Reviews, commentaries, reactions, re-reviews, what have you. Not tributes, but feel free to send it directly to my PayPal, join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box. I'll just keep this in because it shows my mind is discombobulated after watching Aqua 104s. And 3 episodes, Seth Pitt, Revenge of the Trees, Dictasode, and Dummy Love. And maybe that ridiculousness of that opening was definitely unintended, but maybe it fits because this show, I had heard of the show, I had seen pictures, clips, but never watched a full episode. And these episodes are about 11 minutes long, and they were, I believe it was all Adult Swim. Adult Swim, I watched a lot of Robot Chicken, little else of other shows. But I could see people's enjoying this and what the appeal was. Because you have a milkshake, you have a French fry, like case of French fries, you have wad of meat. And they're called milkshake, fry lock, and meat wad. You also have the human neighbor Carl. It's just each episode just random stuff that they're doing. And just the outright silliness and just not knowing what the hell's going to happen mentality. It's made by, written and directed by series creators Dave Willis and Matt Malaro and produced by William Street. Now apparently the setup of the show was it was supposed to be them fighting crime. And they tripped they tricked the network into believing that. Because when they just said, oh, they're just going around doing normal stuff, the network was not interested. But if they said, oh, well, they're superheroes, they fight crime, then the network was a little bit more interested. By the end, they got tricked. And like, after a little bit of stuff, then they kind of dropped that. I think that's why the intro shows them being superheroes doing certain things, but then you don't see that for the rest of the show. So I thought that was kind of funny. There was all sort of a way to trick the network's ass on the whole front. Now, I don't know how you review these. I mean, you just look at Revenge of the Trees and what happens. They're having a barbecue. Frylock wants to have tofu T-bones. Milkshake ain't having that shit. So he gets an actual cow. And it's like, no, I'm not going to fry that. What you smoking? I ain't gonna slow cook that, Jack. I'm gonna deep fry this sumbitch, and deep fries the cow. Sometime later, Frylock wants that fryer out, so he tries to push it to Carl's place, and Carl's like, "What are you doing?" So Carl and Milkshake go to dump it in the forest, and Carl's like, "Well, what's gonna happen? Huh? Someone gonna arrest me?" Well, the trees are there. They come alive, and they do grab Carl. Milkshake escapes. They gotta go back there for Carl. Because they got a summons. And they keep doing these summons. And actually, they didn't go back. The trees make them come back. And they're using Carl's skin as post-it notes. And Milkshake keeps lying his ass off. Like, they show a video, but it's just a tree there. And he's like, it's not me on the video. Which technically he's true. It would not be him because Carl's the one who dumped the oil. Not Milkshake. But I guess the writers wanted us to forget that. And they keep ripping this stuff off Carl. Well, just read it. Don't rip it off. Well, actually, it's back here. They rip a piece of his back off. Actually, there's nothing on here. They rip another piece off. It ends with them escaping from the woods and burning down the forest, and it's just one of those things that the way the characters interact with each other, I really grew to like Carl, the neighbor, the most, in terms of the voice acting and the way he would say his dialogue. And then I'd probably say Frylock would be next. Milkshake is just a prick. He's just an unlikable prick of a character. I think that's the point, though, is that he's an unlikable prick. But I mean, it's just the whole motif, the whole setup, just how ridiculous the visual is. A milkshake and fries and meat, water meat, like, and the voices they use, and just how ridiculous it gets. That's kind of the thrust of the show. So, like, Revenge of the Trees, it was funny the voices they gave to the trees and this trial they're trying to mock up, and there's certain things they just don't know. So they come off a bit dumber than they should be. Probably the one that made me take notice more was the other one, Dictisode. Just they come out of fast food, Juan Burger, because when it's right, it's Juan. I'm like, fucking shit. And they get these pies underneath these cups. And it's just funny to see a milkshake having an other cup looking like him, his size, and he's drinking from it. As someone pointed out, is that almost like cannibalism? But apparently not. So they look under the cup for prizes, and Carl gets the prize of tonight you'll get your dick ripped off. Does that sound like a prize to you guys? And so they're looking for Carl to do this too. He of course doesn't want it. And just the ridiculous where the owner of Whataburger is an actual dick, and this is just an excuse for how many times they could say the word dick and show the word dick. Because the owner looks like a dick with a pair of balls. You don't think they're dicking around, are you? Like, you don't think they're dicking around? Are they just dicking around? Meatwad, my favorite joke is Meatwad is going to pretend to be someone, and he says Dick Dixon, Tricky Dick, but then it pans out and he turned into Abe Lincoln. So this guy's so stupid he doesn't know the difference between Abe Lincoln and Tricky Dick. But it was another instance just to have the word Dick in there. Like everybody in the credits is Dick this, Dick and last name, Dick this. Or when the villain tried to leave, and the news, like in the most monotone manner, saying, "This guy had a ship made of dicks and is hid in a building made of dicks." And not many times you don't hear the line, "You're a madman, Wanberger. This ship will never fly." It's with a certain bit of seriousness that you you would not expect. I think it also helps that these episodes are only 11 minutes long. I think that helps. They have that short running time, so it doesn't get boring at all. It goes very quick and very fast. And I don't even know how to review it because the animation is, cheaper Adult Swim type of animation. The voices fit their characters. Milkshake sounds a little bit like Bender from Futurama. I don't think it is the same voice actor, but I'm just saying he sounds a little bit like Bender from Futurama. Frylock is like the more mature one of the group, more level-headed. Miwaz seems the more innocent but dumb one of the group. Again, there's no difference between Nixon and Lincoln. But I just kind of way of South Park, you just don't know what the hell's going to happen next. Like Dummy Love is trying to be a bit on scary stuff. So like Milkshake's reading this scary story in Meewad about these people getting burnt with acid and their face eaten away. And then when Milkshake is leaving, you hear Meewad crying. And Milkshake puts like 18 locks on it. And in 2 seconds, Meewad just slides under the door. It's like, oh, okay then. Almost as if to say fuck it. They can't say fuck it, but... And one day they get this dummy, which is kind of like a wannabe Chucky doll that keeps saying, "Teal, teal, teal." and it won't shut up, and they're just going more and more crazy. Listen to this thing keep saying kill and kill with a knife. So then they have a montage of trying to kill it, and then they try to give their buddy Carl, and Carl has another doll. Only it keeps saying die, 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 and then the two dummies fall in love, and there's like a love montage of them. All they can say is kill and die, but they're going through all these different things, and they even have sex because you hear them jump on the bed. And you have our main characters outside listening in and trying to talk about what to do next. So then Milkshake decides to use him as part of an act, but then Meatwad has a wish and these two are turned human. So Milkshake tries to kill them, but then he gets arrested. And so the two dummies, as humans, call, saying die, die, kill, kill, but when they hang up, they start talking normally. And the episode ends. Don't use the phone, because I just cut the line. Like I said, I don't know how to review this stuff. I mean, they're very much a spurn of incredulous, I don't want to say ambiguity, but just like a certain id of a certain form of life that maybe don't exist in our dimension, that you're just kind of going, at least this is different and a bit unique. It's short enough to not be boring, and it's unexpected. It's, you do wonder what the hell's going to happen next. Which then keeps the reviewer coming back to more episodes. They'll just wonder what the hell's going to happen next. And the voices are not too annoying. Carl, I did like the neighbor. Like, there's a bit in Dictasoul that I didn't mention where, in order for Frylock to hide him, he said, well, I did some stuff. It's something that he says that makes Carl go, oh, go ahead. Like, go on. Like, the way he said that is like, you don't want it, like, you just know something bad's going to be put into the reply of this question. Well, I took your dick away, so now you don't have to worry about them ripping it off. I mean, I sure have seen that coming. The way I'm describing it might not appeal to people. I would say this. Just type in Aqua Teen Hunter Force. Type it on YouTube. Find clips and see if it interests you. To me, it was, at the very least, different from the norm. I would say I still like Robot Chicken more, but I could see the appeal. I could see the appeal. And I'm sorry it's not much of a review, because I don't know how to review them, to be honest. I kind of just little bits of forces of nature with these three characters. But there you go. So with that said, thanks for watching. Take care, and we'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.